Hi, I'm Stephen Feinberg, Executive Director of the Rhode Island Film and TV Office. Our guest tonight is a recently retired Dean of Arts and Sciences at the University of Rhode Island. Dr. Winnie Brownell, welcome to Double Feature.
Thank you, Stephen.
So you just retired after how many years at the University of Rhode Island?
46 years.
Wow. 46. Now, you're originally from New York, right?
Upstate New York, yes.
And somehow you moved your way to Rhode Island. How did that happen?
Well, I went to a national convention for what's now the National Communication Association in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And I went to their national recruiting area, and I looked at this sea of men interviewing. This is 1970.
Okay.
And I saw one woman. There was only one, interviewing in this vast arena. And I saw her. She was dressed in wild purple and had a bun of golden hair on top of her head. And I thought, I'm going to interview with her. I don't care what school she's from. I have my list my mentor gave me. But that person was Dr. Agnes Duty, a legendary communication professor from the University of Rhode Island. And as soon as I met her, I knew I wanted to take this institution seriously. She was the only one who talked to me, in addition to my research, who talked to me about the importance of teaching and learning and really caring about student learning outcomes. She was the only one who mentioned that. And that impressed me, looking at teaching, research, and outreach to the community. She cared about all three of those things.
Yeah, and you soon became a assistant professor of speech, right? As
right,
oral
speech communication,
right? And then you worked your way, developed a relationship, highly respected, and then you ultimately became the Dean of Arts and Sciences.
Yes, I was promoted to associate professor, then full professor, then became associate dean, interim dean, and then in 1999, dean of the College of Arts and Sciences after a national search.
1999. And what were, obviously this is a show about cinema and television, and I know you've been so supportive, and I have to also congratulate you. You're receiving a special honor at the Rhode Island International Film Festival this year. I believe the festival is dedicated to you and your work, which is outstanding. But you, when I came home in 2004 and we started a Film Incentive program, you were there to testify in support of cinema studies and learning for film and TV production. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Sure. Ever since I started teaching, I used film as text in part of my courses. Film is such a powerful medium, and I met many other faculty who also used film. And we gave students the option to work in the medium of film for assignments in certain courses. Well, we had in mind building a film major. I couldn't get a position for film per se, but one of the things I did recognize is if I had a position approved that was closely connected to film, I could list the main reason we were hiring, but also invite applicants who had a expertise in film as well. And so sooner or later, I built a cohort of about 15 amazingly talented faculty who had specialties in related areas of communication and media, and specifically in film and also in the arts. So I knew then when we had our team together, we could build a program and launch a major that would feed the film industry in Rhode Island and so much more.
And in 2004, 2005, you had a major, because I remember I had to go to Los Angeles. I studied at URI for a year, went to Los Angeles. I was forced to transfer. Now we were keeping these students here.
Right.
And you had I remember you telling me it was the fastest growing major at the University of Rhode Island.
Yeah, so a member of our governance process at the university said, well, after we've approved this, I hope you can get some majors. And I said, we will, trust me. And we went almost overnight from 0 to 200 majors. And it's kind of stayed about that level, sometimes higher, sometimes a little bit lower. But the students have interest in film from so many different perspectives, from science, or if they want to capture things on film in the environment, to obviously research in fields like pharmacy, animating what happens in the nephron cell and the kidney, to marketing, to education, to documentary filmmaking, commercial narrative filmmaking, and even experimental filmmaking. So really, we have a cohort, a diverse cohort of young men and women interested in so many different ways film can be a powerful contributor to the economy.
And you can get all of that education at the University of Rhode Island.
That's right.
We're going to come back a little bit later to talk more about the work that's happening at URI. Welcome back. We're going to continue our conversation with the recently retired Dean of Arts and Sciences at the University of Rhode Island, Dr. Winnie Brownell. Hello again.
Hello, Stephen.
So, in early 2004 or 5, that new major started at the University of Rhode Island for film students, right? Mm-hmm. And I thought that was a great opportunity because we were now going to feed these students into the professional world through internships, and we were able to shepherd them to films that were directed by Wes Anderson, Woody Allen. How was that experience for the students?
Well, we were able to give them a little taste first, thanks to Fred Joyle. Fred is the major donor to the film major, and he wanted to see it built. He's a URI alum who uses film in his 1-800-DENTIST work. And he brought a team of students out to try a little short project internship where they developed commercials.
For him?
For him.
Yep.
And the students came back. They were so excited. They said it was the most amazing experience of their life. So we knew they wanted hands-on. Yeah. And we knew your wonderful office operations could be one of the conduits where they could get opportunities to be interns for any active filmmaking in Rhode Island. Right. And it's really... It gives students a chance to put together theory, research, creative work, and practice all together. Yeah. And it usually transforms them as filmmakers.
And it opens the door, I think, too, to not only what they can do for themselves, but also friendships. Because film being a collaborative medium, it's good to open doors to meeting new people that they didn't have. And then the other thing I think that you always talk about is, turning those dreams into a reality. Right. They can see it tangibly. Oh my God, it's not just theory. We can make it happen. We can be a part of it. And then I remember you said it was the fastest growing major at the University of Rhode Island. And then how did that then snowball into the Harrington School?
Well, one of the things we noticed is that there were several fields that were working with information. They were looking at how information was disseminated, mediated, and stored or archived. And we talked about the possibility with faculty of bringing those fields together. Would it allow us to do things with the economy of scale? Would it allow us to make it more powerful majors? And could there be interactions among those fields that would help students become better prepared professionals? So one of the things, we sent out a call and several different programs expressed interest, and we ended up with the team that's there now, film being one of the key programs in the Harrington School of Communication and Media, along with the other programs. And one of the things we saw is that faculty definitely were able to prepare students not only effectively in their own major, but some of them crossed departmental boundaries and taught courses that were of interest to all of the majors, or most of them, in the Harrington School of Communication and Media. And it allowed us to build momentum to create what's now an incredible first floor Ranger Hall at the university, where we put all these exciting state-of-the-art learning spaces together for students interested in communication, media, film.
It's a brand new, beautiful facility that is now growing, right? It's now expanding.
We're working on phase 2. We have to raise the money first, and then we'll begin construction as soon as we do. And we're very excited about that because the entire building then of Ranger Hall, all floors, will be dedicated to communication and media, the Harrington School.
Yeah. And there are, I think you told me there are now 1,300 students?
Over 1,300 majors in the Harrington School. It's amazing, all going into different fields.
Yeah. And What do you hope? What do you hope for the future of the University of Rhode Island and Rhode Island cinema, TV production? What are your?
Well, we are on the team, I should say. Now I've retired, but the faculty are working to build a school of national distinction. We're already getting applications from around the country and some international ones. And our ultimate goal is to build a school of global distinction. And so our focus is on giving Rhode Island students more international experiences, whether they're filmmakers or in other fields. And that is really creating exciting opportunities for students here and abroad.
Well, I want to thank you so much for your vision, your tenacity, your passion and enthusiasm. And on behalf of the Rhode Island Film and TV Office, the Rhode Island International Film Festival, and our total community and the University of Rhode Island, we thank you for your wonderful service, and we're so happy you're being honored this year and that the film festival is being dedicated to you. It's a true honor and a pleasure.
Well, it's a great honor to be recognized in this way, but I'll accept it on behalf of all the faculty and students who joined me in making this possible.
Wonderful.